Hello guys, this is a training routine for everyone who wants to make the transition from the regular handstand to the one arm handstand. This is something that you can do in order to bridge the gap between the regular handstand and the one arm handstand. You need to be able to hold the regular handstand for at least 20 to 30 seconds, and you should be able to hold it with clean form, and you need to do some leg movements, and you should also be able to do the tuck handstand. You also need to be able to do weight shifts, and you should be at the stage where you are able to do one arm handstand attempts. I'm going to walk you through each step of this training routine, and you need to follow it at least 3 to 6 times a week in order to see great improvement. And you also need to stick with it for an extended period of time. So I'm talking about 6 months or even a year until you see drastic improvements. And chances are that this routine doesn't fit perfectly to you, so you need to make some adjustments in order to make it fit for you, because I can't do one routine that fits perfectly for everyone. This is something that you need to orient yourself on, and then you need to create your own routine based on this. Let's go right into it. We'll start with the warm-up. First of all, we are going to warm up our shoulders. So we'll do 30 seconds of shoulder rotations. Now we'll take a resistance band, and now we do some shoulder dislocations just for a few reps until you feel that your shoulder is a bit more mobile. This is one extremely important exercise that I would always recommend you to incorporate into your training, because the shoulder mobility is one of the foundational exercises for the one arm handstand. Now we want to warm up our wrists, so we'll start with some rotations. You can do this for 30 seconds and then it should be fine. Now we want to do some more mobility for our wrists, so we put some pressure onto the wrists, but not too much, because we don't want to hurt ourselves. We also do this for around 30 seconds or 1 minute. Just pushing, mobilizing our wrists and changing the angles. Now to activate our muscles a little bit, we'll do a few push-ups. So 5 or 10 push-ups. One more important exercise for the activation is the hollow body hold. Here's one more thing that we want to do. It's for our neck, because when we do the handstand or the one arm handstand, we also have quite some pressure on the neck, and if you're not used to it, you need to warm it up. So we'll do some rotations with our head, slowly and controlled. Now you can also do some elevations for some reps. Here's one more thing that you shouldn't miss. It's the pancake stretch. We will hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. You can also go to the side, touching our feet. Always breathe And then you can always exhale, and while you are exhaling, you can lower yourself down. So now, to keep our body warm, we just do a few push-ups, and then we go straight into the specific warm-up. This should be enough for the general warm-up. If you want, you can also do some dips, but you don't want to pump your body up too much. Now we should be ready for the specific warm-up. So we'll start with the regular handstand hold for 20 to 30 seconds, and we can do 3 sets of it. If you are a bit more advanced, you can already start with leg movements in the regular handstand. We'll do 2 more sets of this, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. Okay, now the rest time between those sets should not be too long, because it's still a part of the warm-up. So if you rest for 30 seconds to 1 minute, then it should be fine. And what you can also do in between your sets is some wrist mobility, for example, or some shoulder mobility, depending on which area you need to put your focus on. Yeah. And here's one more extremely important fundamental handstand position that you should be really comfortable in order to get a good one-arm handstand. We want to hold this position for 10 to 20 seconds, and we'll do 3 sets of this. Now it starts to get specific. What we'll do is 3 sets of weight shifts, and you can also move your legs if you're a bit more advanced. You want to hold it for 2 or 3 seconds, then you go to the other arm. Holding for 2 or 3 seconds to the other arm. 3 seconds. If you want, you can move your legs. And then you can hold it a bit longer. You never want to go to the maximum here, because we still have one-arm handstand attempts, so this should just be the preparation for it. So in order to get the feeling for the right shoulder position and everything like this. Now we'll do 2 more sets of the weight shifts, and you should always leave some energy in the tank for the test. By this point, you should be ready to do some one-arm handstand attempts. And I don't want to give you a specific number like 20 attempts or something like this, because it should always depend on the day. Because if you have a good day, then you can do a bit more of the attempts. But if you have a bad day, then it's way more useful to focus a bit more on the fundamental exercises. So it's up to you. I'm probably going to do something like 20 attempts today. And it's really important to go slow onto the arm, and then you can decrease the weight and leave the arm, and then you can lift the arm up. And go to the other side. And if you still can't get a proper attempt on your weak side, then you should focus a bit more on the support hold. So you can also just do the attempt on the right side, and then you can go to the other side, and then you can just hold it with fingertips on the other side. Like this, you can train your weak side to also get the feeling for the one-arm handstand. and never underestimate the attempts in your training, because the attempts are the most specific exercises to your goal, because you are basically attempting your goal. So it's the most specific stimulus that you can send to your body. So your training should be based on making your attempt as efficient as possible, and that's why we have done all the preparation before we do the attempt right now. And after the attempt, we are going to do some strengthening for the shoulders. It's specific strengthening, so it's not something like handstand push-ups. It's more like wrapping out weight shifts and stuff like this. And now where you have done your attempt, it's about wrapping out the weight shifts. So we go for 2 minutes of rest, and then we do 30 seconds of support hold on each side. If you can't do 30 seconds, then you are just doing something else close to your max. Now you hold it for the maximum, or for 30 seconds. And try to don't put much pressure onto your free arm. So there should be really less pressure on your fingertips. Then you're holding it for a few seconds. Then you come back to the regular handstand, go to the other side, and then you hold it for the max or for 30 seconds or something like this. Really not putting much weight on the fingertips. Coming back to the handstand and back down. Now I want you to repeat this 2 more times, and then you can finish the training. And general strength exercises should be done something like 3 or 4 times a week. So if you want me to make a specific strengthening routine for the one arm handstand, then you can let me know in the comments, and I will create a routine specifically to strengthen your body for the one arm handstand. But this is not part of this routine. So thanks a lot for watching the video, and if you want to have some personal guidance, you can also DM me on Instagram, and then I can help you personally. And that's it for the video.